What's up, guys? My name's Kenny, and I hope you're all feeling good today. This is PIPS for Tuesday, August 26th. Let's go ahead and get started and see what we got today. I'm going to do all three of the puzzles, easy, medium, and hard. Leave a like on the video. Let me know how you guys did on this one. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, this is the easy one. So we only have 4 dominoes. Okay. So this one, we know how they have to be arranged. Because as far as like, you know, you got to look at the numbers and see where they go, but there's only one way that this works, because you have these like areas here where they kind of, like, for example, this is a 4. This has to go right here, but you also knew a domino, regardless of what the sum here is, you knew that there had to be a domino placed in this position. Because it needs to go into this like area here. There's no way to put it in like this or like this, right? You know? So there's that. So now that we have a 1 here, this is equal to that, so we got to put a 1 up there. I'm taking a long time to explain the easy puzzle. So this has to go right there. This has to have a 6 in it. This has to have a 2 in it. It cannot be a 6-2 like this. But since the 2 is on this domino, this 2 has to go over here again, because there's such a tight space here. That is something also to think about. This is when they make these, they don't leave like extra empty space for you. It's all perfectly the exact amount for the dominoes that you have. If they had empty space, that might make them a little bit complicated. Maybe make it easier, actually, because you have more room to, I don't know. That'd be interesting to play around with for the people that create these. Okay, let's move on to the medium one. Ooh, we got another long one here. Okay. All right, so what do we got here? We have a 12, which would be a 6 and a 6. We only have 2 6s. So because we only have 2 6s, one of them is going to be a 4, one of them is a 2 to go down here. So if this was a 4 here, we would need a 4 there. We do have another 4, but do we need the 0? I'm not sure. We need a 0 because there's a 1 region here, which we only have 1 1. Well, the only way to actually add up to 1 with 2 is 1 and 0, now that I think about it. So we need a 0, but I feel like this works. I'm going to place it here for now. I could always take it out, right? It's not like you put it in and you're locked in. It's not like I lose because I put in the wrong one if it is wrong. So I mean, that would mean that this would have to go there. And then, let's see, a 1 and 10, which means a 1 and 5 here, 5 here. No, this just works. Yeah, so like I was just, oh, you know what? Here's an easy way to realize why the other way doesn't work. Because if we go back here and you ask yourself, okay, how do you know this isn't the 6-2 right here instead of the 6-4? The answer is because this would have to add up to 8, which means you would have to put a 6 here, and you only have 1 6, and you need the other 6 to go with this 6 for the 12 region. So that's the easy way to figure that one out. And I did not use that logic when I did it. I just, I was like, I don't know, let's put the 4 there. It makes sense. It's a bigger number. Okay, and then these ones are equal, and you just use the 2-2. Which actually, the 2-2, I should have realized that as well. These have to be equal to each other. They're in a position such that there's nothing that can branches off to the left or the right of these. So you would know that there has to be a domino, and that's the only one we have here with the same number on it. It doesn't matter though. That was probably that could have been placed immediately. All right, so there's the medium one. Let's go ahead and go to the hard one now. All right, this looks like a hard puzzle. So we got a 10 region right here. Now, again, this one could have them be horizontal. And this is a 1 region. We just learned this from the medium puzzle. 1 region. How do you add up to 1 with 2? You have a 0 and you have a 1. So, okay, we have 2 zeros and we have 2 1s, though. There is not... Okay. So there is not a 0-1 tile. So we know that it's not 0-1 up and down, which means that for sure these ones are going horizontal across. So how do you add up to 10? There's 6 and 4, there's 5 and 5. How many 5s do we have? We only have 1 5. So it has to be a 6 and 4 tile here in the 10. So this has to be a 0-6 or a 0-4, which we have a 0-6. Or no, it could be a 1-6 and a 0. No, I said it right. It has to be a 0-6 or a 0-4. Because if it was a 0, because if we put this 1-6 in here, we would need a 0-4. We don't have a 0-4. So it has to be the 0-6 and it has to be a 1-4. Okay, so we can figure that one out immediately. Okay. Now, okay. Let's move down from here. We might need to start at this other end. Actually, we can start at this other end because we have a 0 region here and we only have one more 0. 0 and a 4. Wait. Oh, so this one has to go in here then. Yeah, so that just limits me. So that means that this does not go up and down because that's a 4 region. So because we only have 1 0 left, it does go there, but it goes over here. So now we need to use 3 3s here. We have to have a 3-4 because we can't put 3-3 like this because that would make this 4 here sitting by itself, unable to be filled with anything. So we need to go ahead and put this 3-4 in like this. Okay. But here we have so many 3s as possibilities. I think that we probably can't figure that out easily. So I'm going to go ahead and avoid that. What we can figure out easily is the 12 region. The 12 region is 6 and 6. So also, there's probably only one option over here, 6 and less than 2. 6 and 1. I mean, the only thing less than 2 is 1, I guess, unless it was 6 and 0. Ah, yeah. See, if you looked at that first, you might not know what to do because there's a 6 and 1 and a 6 and 0, but I've already got this top left section done, so that did not confuse me there. Okay. So, oh, these ones are all equal as well. Wait a minute. It's not gonna, we don't have, okay, well, we can use the logic that these have to be 3s because we have so many 3s, and that means that this double 3 has to go here. Otherwise, how are you putting a 3 down here without putting it like this with a double 3? So that means we need the 3-6 to go here because we know that it just has to be 2 6s, and we only have 1 6 left, and that can only go in one way now, just like that. These cannot be equal to each other, so we can't put the 4 in there. So we're gonna put the 4 in that empty spot over there, and then we need to have that 3 go in here. There we go. That was fun. That was fun. I liked the little puzzle that we had up in the top left. I like the realization that I could have started at the bottom looking here and realized that we had 2 options, but I didn't start at the bottom, so I didn't have that dilemma. And then, yeah, this top left was nice to figure out. I mean, the 6 was a limiting thing here. The 4 was limiting, so I'm curious, is it a rule? Or not a rule, I shouldn't say, but like, is it the case that like we're never gonna have a duplicate of dominoes? Like we're not gonna ever have another like 3-4 domino here because we have one. We're not gonna have a second one because I feel like you could make puzzles more interesting if you. I don't know. I don't know if it would make it harder or easier. Again, this entire video, earlier I questioned the idea of whether you could have like empty. Is the point of this that it's supposed to like completely 1-to-1 line up with like the dominoes? But like, I was thinking like I'm trying to bend the rules a little bit. I'm not trying to bend I'm trying to understand the rules while also wondering why it can't be the other way. I mean, is it because in a set of dominoes you don't get duplicates? Is that how dominoes work? I don't really play domino games. I used to play dominoes. There's like some domino game. What is it called? It was like some sort of train thing. Mexican train dominoes. I used to play that with my family like a while ago. When I was young, but that's the only really domino game that I ever really got into. But I'm wondering if maybe in a set of dominoes, if they don't have like duplicate. So anyway, I don't know. I thought it would just be interesting to think about creating puzzles with different things. I wonder if they could. It would be fun. This game would get. They could really do something really, really good, really amazing if the New York Times gave us the option of creating our own puzzles. Because I guarantee you, you and me could create our own puzzles, and they should allow us to make them bending the rules. Like if they're not going to make puzzles with empty spots, if they're not going to make puzzles where they include duplicates of dominoes, they should give us the ability to do that. If they're not going to make them super enormous, they should allow us to make them like gigantic. You know, like, because then you could actually have an entire community of like PIPS players. like legitimately, this is like the greatest idea for PIPS. The New York Times, if you're watching this video, please give us the feature to create our own. I know that it might go against like like I don't know, like they might want to just kind of own. I guess it would. You know what? This could actually easily be ripped off by, I say ripped off, kind of like how you got all these Wordle clones out there. Once Wordle was a thing, you started seeing all these other websites pop up that allow people to play, that give people the same functionality of Wordle, like literally just Wordle, but on a different website. There's no reason why somebody, in fact, does this game already exist? Did the New York Times take this from somewhere else? I don't know. But like, this is something that somebody else on a different website could easily replicate. I am looking forward to having the ability to create my own PIPS puzzle and make it super challenging for you guys. And I can't wait to play your guys's. I'm seeing the future. I am seeing the future of PIPS. Okay, guys, let me know what you think about that. I appreciate you guys watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time.